Welcome back. AHL hockey is such a breath of fresh air. It just is. Um, Between the just old fashioned advertisements, it's announced the way that I remember hockey games being announced 20, 30 years ago. And it's great. It's a lot of fun to watch. I really did enjoy watching this game. Cleveland did. They were so close. I thought Cleveland was going to pull off the reverse sweep tonight. I really did. In the end, Hershey they escape. Now they're going to play Coachella Valley in the final. That starts on Friday. With the payment that I gave today, I paid for the rest of the AHL playoffs, meaning, yeah, on Friday, as long as Yvonne and I don't have anything that we've got going on Friday evening, I will absolutely watch game one between Coachella Valley and Hershey, and we'll see how things go. Does Coachella Valley win the rematch? Should be interesting. So is Greaves versus Shepard. I'm going to say the same as I did last year. Hunter Shepard is a good goaltender. I hope that he gets a chance to play for the Washington Capitals soon. That being said, there's an early press by the Bears. The Monsters, they block, they rush. Both goalies pretty sharp early on. Not a lot of shots on net, but they both look pretty sharp. Fix Wolanski has a shot that deflects onto the mesh. The announcers knew it hit the mesh. Some of the players knew it hit the mesh. The officials let the play continue. Lapierre then has a rush chance that's held. Lapierre today, there's a near miss. The shots are 2-1 for Hershey, 3.5 minutes in. Both teams forechecking pretty well. The defense pretty prominent. You guys know the deal. The AHL teams are going to play very similar to the way the NHL teams do. Huntington nearly opens the scoring for the Bears. Putting a D in there, sort of a T, is because Huntington Road is a road here in Abbotsford, so I hear Huntington instead of Huntington. Iorio has a blast that's held. Matto has a rush chance that deflects out. Shepard then denies Gaudet. The Bears clear. That is not Adam Gaudet either. Because that threw me off a bit when I first heard him. Like, Gaudet. Yeah, no, not the same Gaudet. Not spelled the same either. Whalen has a rush chance that's held. Things are pushy on a hold by Greaves. There's a near miss for Rybinski as the Bears press. The referee gets hit with the puck. It busted up his visor a little bit, so he leaves to get that fixed. He doesn't miss a shift, so no problem there. Gaudet has a rush chance that deflects out. Jiricek has a shot that's caught and held. Lapierre mishandles one on a rush. The shots are 7-6 for the Monsters with 7 minutes left. Teams exchange rushes. Lapierre's denied. The Bears press with 5 minutes left. Both teams are blocking pretty well. The referee is told that he sucks for a penalty that the fans call, and the referee does not. So it doesn't matter what league you're talking about. Refs are told they suck. Malatesta is denied on a fast break. Shepard holds there. So breakaway chances, you got to watch those. The Bears press with 3 minutes left, and then with 2:01 left, there's an offensive zone penalty by Riley Sutter of Hershey. So the Monsters with a power play, and they came into tonight 5 for 22 in the series. So very good power play for Cleveland in the series. They cycle. Matejchuk has a shot that's blocked out. There's more cycling, and then Fix Wolanski gets the power play marker at 19:02. He buries his own rebound. Matejchuk and Jiricek with the assists. So the future on the blue line is there for Columbus with Matejchuk and Jiricek. But then the Bears look to respond, and they do. At 19:41, it's Day from Rybinski and Limoges. So the Monsters plead goalie interference, but the Bears player who ends up on their goaltender was pushed in there by the Monsters defenseman. So referee's not having any of it, and it's a 1-1 after the first. Second period, early press by the Bears, but they're kept to the outside. Pearson has a rush chance, that's blockered aside. Hamanaktel is denied by Greaves. The rebound's cleared. The Bears draw a power play. It's Brendan Gaunt's going to the box, one of my players that I like, and he's still trucking. Early clear, the Bears set up. They cycle. Dubé has a chance that deflects wide, and then his next chance goes in. At 4:14, he goes bar down on the power play from Snively and Lapierre. So that one was past a screen. No chance for Greaves there. And so Hershey with their first lead of the game at 2-1. Monsters look to respond. Strome then has a net drive that's defended. And if you're wondering what Strome's at, that's actually Matt Strome. So neither of the Stromes that you may know well, but yeah, he is their brother. Malatesta fires one high as the Monsters press. The shots are 7-2 for Hershey, 7.5 minutes in. Svozil with a near miss as the Monsters press. McElrath with a hit on Malatesta draws a crowd after the whistle. They felt that McElrath threw the hit after the whistle, and the officials are like, we're letting him play. So again, that wasn't popular with the players there. Strome to Sutter gets picked off. Vecchione fires one wide on a turnover. Prisky has a shot that's blockered wide as the Bears get some pressure. I thought Prisky had a good game. Gaunce is denied on a 2-on-1 rush. The Monsters press after that. Sillinger then has a chance that's saved. And again, Shepard playing really well. Can't say enough good things about Hunter Shepard. And I thought he played well in his call-up with the Capitals this year, so we'll see what happens next season. The Monsters press are kept to the outside. Strome's then denied on a fast break. The Bears press. They also can't get to the net, however. Miroshnichenko has a rush chance that's defended. That leads to more pressure by Hershey, though. Lapierre then has a one-timer. That's saved. The fans call one. The referee does not, so the referee sucks. They let him know that. The Monsters are pinned down a bit, but they block. They survive that. The fans call another. They're unhappy that they don't have a direct line to the referee at this point. Monsters, their fans call one too, and the referee doesn't. So there were enough Monsters fans in attendance that you could hear when they wanted Cleveland to get a power play. So it was interesting to hear the dueling fan bases wanting a call. So with 2:43 left, there's an offensive zone penalty by Ashawn. Not the Ashawn that played for Boston last year, but I'm assuming they're related. And so that gives the Bears a power play. There's an early cycle. Dubé has a shot that's held. He was looking for his second power play goal of the period. More cycling follows. A clear fails, but it works on the next opportunity for Cleveland. There's a shorthanded rush that's broken up, but that power play's killed off. The Bears press after it's done. Miroshnichenko is denied, but it's 2-1 Hershey going to the third period. So all they got to do is hold the lead. But Cleveland's been very good in this series when they're behind. Obviously, they were behind 3-0. They came back and forced a game 7. They've had games where they're behind. They've come back. And tonight was another example of that. So the early jump was for Cleveland in the third. Hershey from here on did look like the second best team on the ice. Hamon Akhtel has a shot that's held. Pearson can't bury one in close. The Monsters press after. Dubé has a backhander that's saved after a rush by Rowe. Rowe was a player who was a healthy scratch to start the playoffs. Now that we're seeing injuries and things of that nature take place, he ends up going in there and playing quite well. Power play for the Monsters. It's Lapierre going to the box. They cycle. Fix-Wolanski's denied. Puck's cleared out after that, and then another clear follows. Monsters have trouble setting up after that. Malatesta has a net drive chance that's held, and another clear ends it. So the fans, much happier to see the kill go out there and get the job done. The shots, though, are 8-2 for Cleveland, and we're only 6.5 minutes into the third period. It was a really, really good third period by Cleveland. Things are pushy on a hold by Shepard. Pushing's frequent on whistles at this point. You see the Monsters are a little bit frustrated here. Huntington then has a turnover chance that's held. Aggressive forechecking by Cleveland leads to some pressure. There's more pressure by the Monsters at 9 minutes. Snively beats out an icing. Dunn then has a wraparound that save. The Bears clear out the rebound. The teams exchange rushes. Rubinski has a slot shot. That's blocked. Shepard's the reason this is 2-1 at this point. Cleveland's controlling the play, and eventually they would tie it. Sillinger has a sharp angle shot saved. The rebound's cleared. And then at 14:08, Malatesta just turns and wires it short side from the right circle. Fix-Wolanski with the assist. So he had a good night. 1 goal and 1 assist for him. And the game's tied at 2. Bears look to respond. They need to get the offense going. So they've been playing the bend, don't break defense throughout the third period. Now they got to turn the offense back on. It's not that easy. Bears press with 4 minutes left. There's a near miss for Huntington as the Bears get some more pressure. Day then has a shot that's held. Gaunce had a rush chance that was held by Shepard. Malatesta has a rush chance that lands on the top of the net after Shepard catches a piece of it. Just that close to Cleveland maybe winning it. And that was in the final minute as well. And so we go to overtime. All 4 games in this series that were played in Hershey needed extra time. So Svozil has a tip shot that saved as Cleveland starts where they finished the third, really controlling the game. Monsters press after some good forechecking. The next chance for Svozil is caught and held. The Monsters press at 2 minutes. Angle has a shot that deflects out. I could have put Angle has a shot that's angled out, but I'm not that cheesy. Massey fires one high. The Monsters clear that one out. Prisky has a screenshot that saved. Limoges beats out an icing. Iorio not playing. He was out since I think it was like halfway through the third period. So for Hershey, they've been playing with 5 defensemen. So not only are Cleveland out playing him at this point, but Hershey's trying to deal with the fact that one of their defensemen is out. Now Iorio is an important defenseman for Hershey we'll see what his status is for the next game, which will of course be in the final. So there's a delayed game call on Gaudette. That's the second penalty of the game. So the Bears come out of that with the power play. There's an early cycle. It's cleared. Lapierre misses one wide. There's another clear. That power play's killed off. And it looks like Cleveland's dodged a bit of a bullet here. But the Bears press after it ends. Cleveland can't get it out. And eventually it's Garrett Rowe roofing it from the slot. The reverse sweep gets dodged. That's at 7:38. Day and Huntington with the assists on that to give Hershey the series win in 7 games, and the game is won in overtime 3-2. I use the disco ball because it's not an NHL game, and I don't have an AHL magnet, so there you go. But yeah, so the fans stayed. I think this is the nice thing. I have talked about in NHL ranks how weird it is to me that fans are all rushing out, and people always say, well, that's just, that there's traffic, and they want to get out, and it's not a big deal. These fans all stuck around. Nobody was going anywhere. They stayed for the trophy presentation, even though the players do not touch the trophy. One thing to keep in mind is last year, Coachella Valley didn't touch the trophy you get for winning the West in the AHL. They lost in the final. So this year when Coachella Valley won, they did touch the trophy. So last year and this year, both Hershey did not touch the trophy. So again, it's that one of those weird things with hockey. You don't touch the trophy until you get the one that you want, and that, in this case, is the Calder Cup. That's what Hershey's playing for against Coachella Valley, and of course, again, that starts on Friday. Shots on net in this one, 13-9 Columbus in the first, 13-8 Washington in the second, 17-6 Columbus. All right, let's try this again. 13-9 for Cleveland in the first, 13-8 for Hershey in the second. It's easy with Capitals and Blue Jackets. 17-6 for Cleveland in the third, and 6-2 for Cleveland in the overtime. The Cleveland team outshoots the Hershey team 44-30 in the game. So the Monsters, I thought, outplayed them, especially third period and overtime, but Hershey gets the win in large part because Shepard was great. Power plays, the Cleveland Monsters go 1 for 2. Hershey goes 1 for 3. In terms of the goaltending, Greaves saves 27 out of 30, and Shepard, what a game by Shepard, 42 saves on 44 shots. Absolutely ridiculous. Looking forward to the final. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're wondering why I don't have AHL magnets, I haven't found AHL decals. I've looked on eBay. I've done various, AHL, all 31 teams, all 32 teams, 30 teams even, and nothing. So if I'm ever able to acquire some, I absolutely will. But at this point, I use the NHL ones instead. And as you can see, every now and then I will refer to them as the Blue Jackets and the Capitals, because that is who the farm teams are for at this point. And yeah, so Washington's farm team plays Seattle's farm team in the Calder Cup to decide who is the best team in the AHL this year. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.